This year's forum convenes at a very crucial moment. With only 5 years remaining, the SDGs are under immense pressure. Only 35% of the SDG targets are on track or making the progress moderately. Nearly half of the targets are advancing very slowly or too slowly, and alarmingly, 18% of the targets are reversing. We will count on each and every of you. Let us make this forum a turning point. Let us leave the Toyota City with a renewed determination and a clear vision of action.
Today, it is a great honor and a significant responsibility for us that Toyota City, a city known for its manufacturing, can co-host this international conference with the United States as a forum for global discussion towards achieving the SDGs. For the first time, the International Mayors Forum is being held not in a capital city, but in a regional city.
このフォーラムの開催を契機に、豊田市民一丸となり、SDGs の達成に向けて、さらに取り組みを加速させていただきたいと思います。
We can shape cities that are more resilient, inclusive, and sustainable for future generations.
By 2050, nearly 70% of the world's population will live in cities. The development of housing and infrastructures are not catching up with the speed of this urbanization.
Participants from the Jakarta International Mayors Forum, many of them respond favorably, and then they highlight the most difficult issue, challenge issue was that the economic constraints. Because we assume that many many cities encounter very difficulties in the mobilizing the financial resources. And another one is also we have many problems.
So we have organized a smart city training workshop every year, which involves sharing and exchanging best practices and the lessons from cities and the local government, and learning about new technologies.
Several issues that to promote the city as a tourist destination using smart technology and digital connectivity. Also, they increase the convenience of tourists related to service and facility.
We aim to move beyond a purely technology-driven approach and establish ourselves as a global, sustainable city.
Is central to UN Habitat's work in the Philippines. In post-conflict Marawi City, UN Habitat supported the establishment of 5 villages.
To human rights, we have to take it on from there, all of us.
Yeah, so we also have to keep in mind that the colder city uses much more coal.
Does cities have future without biodiversity? So why I am raising this question on biodiversity in a session of waste management?
Lastly is about working in partnership with private sector, especially manufacturing, making sure they can make good use of the waste that is produced.
We have learned that when government, industry, and citizens work together, the outcome is a city that is cleaner, healthier, and more hopeful.
My city, my province has recently faced a climate crisis. In my city, we faced unprecedented rainfall in the month of September, which is the end of monsoon. And historically, that was never the case in the city of Karachi. And the rainfall, if you look at the empirical data for the last 100 years, the rainfall that Karachi received in the month of September was 10 times more than the average rainfall.
more suitable energies for commercial vehicles such as trucks, which require longer distance and a higher loading capacity. We are also developing small hydrogen cartridge, as you can see here.
Indore is coming up with first ever road in India to have solar rooftops,
which focused on an analysis of the mitigation investment potential in these 8 Malaysian cities. So the GAF Fund delivered a market size assessment for low carbon interventions, including short to medium term interventions to really understand what are potential investments in the waste,
climate change, disasters, economic development, COVID-19, etc., etc. So often these things happen at the same time.
South Sudan, a young nation, is still in the early stages of state building. But establishing effective local governance system is both urgent and complex. Despite the existence of legal frameworks and disaster risk reduction measures, local government face significant challenges in preparedness and risk reduction. Here are key challenges. 1.
In suburban Thailand, accidents frequently occur when motorcycles and cars across paths during U-turns. Here's the U-turn point, you can see there. Therefore, we first analyze the traffic flow using drones. Now, please take a look at drone footage.
Now, for the future, what we're coming here, what we look at is intergenerational. No single generation can tackle today's global challenges alone. You heard at the opening session that we are not on track.
What I meant is, it's not someone decide that maybe a young person is needed in decision making, but coming from a young person that, oh, this is where we are needed.
Based on the Toyota City Children Ordinance, Toyota City holds the Children Assembly to give children the opportunity to express their opinions on community development and participate in society.
In the Children Assembly activities, we can share our thoughts with one another regardless of age. The Children Assembly is a place where I have friends with whom I can discuss matters seriously and where I feel I belong.
In response, our vision is to create a society where everyone feels a sense of loving connection. That means a society where people, regardless of age, nationality, or background, are respected, loved, and have the right to make their own choices for their future.
Make sure that everything about our economic development, national development, we integrate it into the SDGs goal implementation achievements. So all our national goals are mainstream to make sure that the objectives are aligned with the indicators and achieving the SDG goals.
The more interesting happened in the process, bringing together
That is the situation at global level. In Japan, we presented voluntary national level voluntary review at the UN. The role of local government is getting even higher, and your role, you who are sitting here's role is getting higher and higher.
We recognize VRR as an extremely valuable approach for integrating the SDGs into urban growth strategies. It is a powerful tool that localizes the SDGs, allows progress to be understood from a global perspective, and enables the sharing of valuable experiences with various stakeholders.
For the future, we intend to continue to our city development efforts based on the principles of leading no one behind to achieve sustainable growth that harmonize the economic, society and environment.
Co-create the weather vision in prioritized SDGs. This included participation from government organizations, youth groups, NGOs and academia.
SDG number 5 is a challenge. That's why we're pushing hard as women so that we are on the same table where decision-making laws are made.
How do we use that data for monitoring and SDG localization? So I'd like to thank our speakers.
We have all the data, we have all the information, all the groups, all the sectors in Santa Rosa are there during our TWG. And my question is how can we use this data and how can we monitor it? And I also provide them some solution. I want it to be a dashboard-based solution because again, IT experience, collating all the information into one dashboard so that the local chief executive, the mayor, can give a fast decision looking at that dashboard.
Which limits accurate the SDGs tracking. And this is also information that we got from our National Planning Commission, which is an anchoring body for development in Malawi.
We must not let this hope be fleeting. It is our responsibility to sustain the connections forged at this forum and translate them into next steps.
This is a milestone outcome that captured the collective aspirations and the commitments of local leaders from around the world.
A step taken locally can lead to sustainable development for the entire world. With this conviction in our hearts, we will continue to move forward